Hi guys and girls, you're anime crazies. Welcome back to my channel where I do reviews and reactions on different types of anime. Today's review is on My Hero Academia, the Two Heroes movie. I saw it Wednesday last week. It was absolutely fantastic. I really much enjoyed it. I did a little video clip of what I did that day to go to the movie. I promised you I'd dress up in cosplay, and here's that video. Hey guys, I'm here at the cinema. I'm really early, so I was gonna go grab some dinner, and there's a bunch of restaurants around here. I think my favorite though is Yo Sushi. Where is it? I know you're there. There you are. I think I'm gonna stop there and have dinner before the movie. So I'll see you there. Bye. Hey folks, I'm here at the cinema. I'm a bit early, my film's just there. I'm a bit early, like 30 minutes, so dinner went quite quick, so I'm just gonna sit and chill, and then closer to the time I'm gonna grab popcorn, ice cream, whatever I fancy. And as you can see, I'm in my cosplay, ready for My Hero Academia. Can't wait, I'm excited. I'll see you there, bye. Well, we're here at the movie, folks. It's about to begin. I've got my pillow and I'm ready to go. So here comes the movie.
My Hero Academia, Two Heroes plus Ultra.
Well, that was a bloody good movie, guys. Well worth the pay. Well worth the everything. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll put a review all about it when I get home. I'll do that tomorrow when there's good light. But that's the end of the night. I'll see you on the review. Bye guys. So that's what happened that night. I had a fantastic meal before going to watch a wonderful movie, and it just blew my mind. I absolutely loved it. Before I get into the review though, let me just issue a massive spoiler. This will be a huge spoiler alert going up here. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. You have been warned. Please do not leave a comment down below that I have spoiled it for you. I have warned you right here. So if you're all ready, if you haven't seen the movie yet, go watch it, then come back to review. If you have, brilliant, stick around. We'll have a little chit chat. Well, first off, all I can say is, wow, this movie was absolutely brilliant. I wanted to watch it again and again and again. I couldn't get over how fantastic it was. Well, to me, this movie is canon because right at the beginning, how they explained of Izuku's journey, how the world works, and it was quite quick. You didn't get to the point where you're like, oh, get on with the story. It just flowed into the story. To me, this movie had to be canon because how they explained it, of Izuku's journey, how he got into UA, right up to the sports festival arc, and then the movie just goes on from then. It just flows right in. It was fantastic, and it's definitely set between season 2 and season 3 because a lot of things were dropped in the movie to show that it was it. Like Izuku saying that it is summer break, it's the summer vacation, so he's got a chance to go to Island, the technical island that they travel to together, him and All Might. Also, when you see Izuku's costume, it's the costume you see when he goes to Gran Torino, so you already know it's a season 2 costume. And they do, throughout the movie, talk about, once in a while, talk about the sports festival arc, and also they drop the hint about having not hero licenses yet, so it proves they have not gone to the license exams. So season 3 has not happened. And also about All for One, he doesn't, how do I describe this one? He makes an appearance, but not interaction in appearance. It's more like the big bad boss villain had worked for him, and he's thinking back to what All for One had said to him to bring down All Might. So All Might has not yet faced him, and All Might did also say to himself that one day Izuku will have to face this evil. So it shows the battle between him and All Might. So All for One and All Might has not yet happened. So that's absolutely brilliant. I love how the movie makes it feel absolutely canon, that this could run coherent with the series. I love the fact with this movie you got a lot of backstory. So we got to learn a lot more about All Might in his younger days. And meeting his best friend and sidekick, who actually, this best friend, and again, I did say I was dropping spoilers in this, the best friend named David Shield was the man who created all of All Might's costumes. From original to bronze to silver to gold. I couldn't believe that. One man had invented all his costumes. Fantastic. So again, it just shows this movie's canon. And how we find out about this? Well, Izuku fanboys all over it. When All Might introduces Izuku to David Shield, you can tell his face is so light up. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm in... Oh my god, I can't believe I'm meeting you in person. It was that kind of face. It was so dorkishly cute. But also, just before we meet David Shield, we meet his daughter, Melissa Shield. And she is absolutely adorable. If I could have a little sister, it would be her. Love her. And she's very observant. Because at one point in the movie, she creates something for Izuku by watching him in the mock trial and also just examining his hand. She can tell that he's not adapted to his quirk yet. And it was like, just watching two little things? Go, watch out, if you might figure out your quirk, dude. So that was brilliant. I loved how the movie introduced the students from Class 1A. It was like a few at a time. Unfortunately, we didn't get to have all the heroes in the story, but you never know, if they make a movie too, we can have all of them. It was first started off with Uraraka, Momo, and Jiro. I just love how Uraraka just appears out of nowhere. It happens when Melissa is showing Izuku around the island of all the tech stuff, and he's fanboying out as usual. And as they're both having a good little chuckle together, Uraraka just appears out of nowhere going, you two look like you're having fun, in this one-tone voice. And her face, you could just tell. When she says that exact line again, you can tell she's jealous. She hasn't figured it out yet. I think she figured it out in season 3, but she wanted to put her feelings aside to focus on being a hero. All I can say to her is, girl, let love in your life. But back to the movie. I don't want to go into the series. But you can tell she's absolutely jealous, and it was hilarious. After that, we end up in a cafe, and we bump into Kamari and Mineta. They're working there as wait staff, so they can go to the expo. And what I mention expo now is it kind of gets dropped in here and there. But this is why half the heroes are gathering, basically, to this island. There's a big, massive expo going on. So one way to get everyone to the island, there you go, sorted. It's cliche, but it works. So we meet them. They're working at the restaurant, so that was pretty cool. And when it looks like they're slacking off, who happens to show up? Ida. And how he shows up is absolutely brilliant. He's got these flat hands going. He's doing his massive running around. Oh, he's being his class rep self. And then as soon as he's there, he's already gone. It's absolutely brilliant. But it doesn't end there of introductions to Class 1A. As they're just hanging out at a cafe, there's an explosion. But nothing bad, because they end up at this mock villain battle where you can test your speed against villains, which is quite cool, actually, especially when you're a hero in training or a pro hero wanting to show off your skills. And who do they happen to meet first? Kirishima. And they kind of introduce each character to Melissa, so it's a way to introduce the audience. You know, if the audience has first time seen this movie and haven't seen the series. So it's pretty cool. And then who happens to show up after Kirishima? Bakugo and poor Midoriya. Oh, he still looks like he's about to wet himself because, yes, Bakugo can be a little bit scary at times. So, Bakugo go through his mock battle, gets first place with 15 seconds, and Kirishima happens to point out Midoriya. Why, Kirishima, why? So, when Bakugo decides to leap up there and scare him, Ida protects him, which is so sweet. He kind of just guards him, like, what are you doing? Leave him alone. He's so cute. But being his nervous wreck that himself, Midoriya accidentally volunteers himself to do the mock battle. Even though Bakugo is like, you're not going to beat my score, it's all this kind of thing. Uraraka's telling Melissa that they're faded rivals, and it's just so funny. So, after Midoriya's done, everything seems all calm, they're about to walk off, when suddenly, Big Ice comes in. It is Todoroki with the new high score. Bakugo gets jealous, and it's just absolutely hilarious. Everyone's having to try to break up the fight. So after all that is said and done, it's time to go off to the opening, the preview of the expo. And the preview is only exclusive to Pro Heroes, sponsors, stuff like that. And Todoroki, Momo, and Ida are able to go because their families are sponsors. And those three are representing their their families. Bakugo gets to go because he was the winner of the sports festival, and Kirishima is his +1. For Momo, it was Uraraka and Jiro. Oh, and it was funny how those two managed to be her +1s. All the girls decided to do rock, paper, scissors. It's funny. That was one way to, be selective fair. I don't know who's Ida's +1s. I guess it was ended up to be Kamari and Mineta because they managed to go. And as we all know, Midoriya is almost +1. So it's absolutely brilliant. So everyone sets off to get ready for the party, except Melissa pulls Midoriya to the side and wants to show him something. And I like this scene because we get to know a little more about Melissa, that how smart she is, that she's won quite a lot of awards. She's attending the last year of her school on the island. And we find out she's quirkless. And Izuku can really relate because, most of his life he was before he got his quirk from All Might. So it was kind of a bonding experience without her even knowing. And she gives Izuku this really cool little, how do I describe it? It's called a goblet, I believe. And what's cool about it, it just starts off as like a bracelet and then activates up his arm and hand. And cool part, he can use 100% of his power with it, just through that hand. And yes, we all wish he could have brought it into the series because at the end of the movie, as I said, this is spoilers, he breaks it. It happens. And I'm kind of glad he did break it because if that managed to go into the series, we'd already get a powerhouse and we don't get to see Izuku's journey. I'd rather see him build up to get stronger throughout all the series than one series goes by and then suddenly he's a powerhouse. No, I don't want to see that. So kind of glad that it breaks at the end, but it was good to use throughout the movie. So it's about time to go to the party. Everyone's all dressed and the clothes are fabulous. Absolutely love the girls' outfits. They look absolutely beautiful. The boys look charming. They look brilliant. The only two who hadn't shown up in the big group was Kirishima and Bakugo, because Kirishima had used most of the time to convince Bakugo to go, because he even brought outfits for them both to wear. Kirishima, you sneaky thing. And they end up going to the party by themselves, but they get lost. Goodness gracious, I really think Kirishima took directions from Zoro from One Piece, because how did they get that lost? So they've gone their own way. Everyone else just about to head out when suddenly the whole island goes on lockdown because of the villains who invade. And throughout the movie, we do see the villains sneaking onto the island, and it's like, your security system needs upgrading, or someone's let them in. And they've gone to the main party. They've managed to subdue all the heroes, even All Might himself, which is absolutely crazy. And the villains kidnap David Shield and his assistant. So Class 1A is trying to figure out, what we're going to do. And what is so sweet about this is Midoriya rallies them together. He goes, I want to fight, I want to protect, I want to save everyone. And everyone's got their own, like, oh, I'm not sure, should we fight, it's not safe, we don't have our licenses, it's not a good idea. And Midoriya's like, well, maybe we can do it without fighting, let's try to sneak up there. Yes, unfortunately they end up fighting in the end, but its situation does get out of their hand. But just before they go, they manage to sneak to a position where they can see into the ballroom where the party's going on, with All Might and all the other people all tied up. And at this point, after Jiro, earjacks in for All Might to whisper what the situation is to her so she can relay, after she disconnects, it's just All Might looking up at Midoriya, looking down at him, and they just communicate through looks alone. Just looking at each other, they managed to communicate. All Might's showing his concern for Midoriya and his friends. Don't do it, please get somewhere safe. But Midoriya's saying to him, no, we've got to do this, we've got to help you, who else is going to do it? Please believe in me. And it's, oh my God, heartwarming. It was a father and son moment, not a master and a student, a father and son. And I just, my heart melted right there. So finding out from Melissa that the security system is on the 200th floor of the tower they're in. And they're in the double digits, the 10th floor, I believe. 10th or 20th. So they have to run up all the emergency stairs to get to this floor. Can't use the elevator, it would be a massive giveaway. Oh my goodness, you got to be hugely fit to do that. So I think it's by the 80th floor or something. They're trying to sneak through this kind of garden area when the villains have already discovered that they're sneaking about. And they're hiding in the bushes, hoping that the villains will pass. And at one point you think, oh my God, they have been discovered. When actual fact, it was Bakugo and Kirishima who shows up, and the villains think those are the children sneaking around, and a fight starts up, which is, I say, normal for Bakugo. Todoroki jumps in to give them backup so the others can get away, and at one point, when a villain attacks Bakugo, Kirishima pushes him out the way, and it's like, oh, it shows how much they care for each other. And at the end of the fight, Bakugo was worried about him, like, are you okay? And then Bakugo does something that, none of us would expect to hear. He says, thank you. Oh my God, he actually says thank you to Kirishima for helping him. I was like, oh, is you feeling all right, mate? Let me check your temperature. Oh, I can't get over that. Absolutely brilliant. So I love the little hint drop we got for those two being good friends. So after we've left everyone, it's like we lose a lot of the characters along the way because they get stuck in another situation. They have to fight another battle. So it ends up just being Azuku, Uraka and Melissa getting to the top floor. And Uraka has to use her quirk to float them up to the door that reaches the security hatch because there's no ladder. And there's a climactic moment because as she's floating them away, she's still on the floor. These robots have shown up and she's like, oh my God, she's in trouble because if she releases, they're going to fall. And we think she's about to be hurt, but who comes to save her? Kirishima, Kachan, and Todoroki. And I mention this because at one point, Izuku and Melissa gets blown away by the wind, and Todoroki, you know, takes charge, even though Bakugo doesn't like it. Comes up with a plan. If Bakugo can get the fan in their direction, he'll use his flames to use the hot air from the flames to make the fan push Izuku and Melissa back towards the door, which was really clever. And I do like at that point where Izuku says, Todoroki, you used your flames. You know, he thinks it to himself, but it was it was like heart-wrenching moment. I'm like, oh, you two are so sweet. I love you two. So I really like that moment. So we end up in the security room. We see Melissa's dad, David Shield, and his assistant looking for something. There's no villains there or anything, so it was a little suspicious. But, you know, these two are thinking, oh, maybe they got kidnapped and we better go save them. Come to find out that David and his assistant come up with this huge plan the whole time and let these villains in to attack so they can get an invention. And what a twist! What a plot twist! Because the reason David wanted to get the invention was to help All Might, but the assistant then double-crossed him, wanted the invention for fame and glory. But then the villains they hired, they thought they were actors, but they're actual villains, double-crossed them. It was like, oh my God, too much double-crossing in one scene, too much. And the assistant gets shot, David Shield gets shot, and it's just a huge battle comes our hero's way. Melissa managed to get the security system back online, and Izuku tries to go save David, and it gets to a point where we think it's not going to happen. Izuku is in huge distress, and you think, oh my god, what's going to happen? Is he going to do it? Is he going to save? But who happens to show up? All Might himself. Fantastic. He blasts through. So this is when he still manages to keep his muscular form. He still can manage to use One for All. So this is why it shows it's not hit season 3 yet. Because we all know in season 3 he loses his power. So it finally leaves him. So that's why I love this battle, because there was this huge battle between the big boss villain and All Might. When we thought All Might was about to lose, you know, Izuku saves him, and All Might turns to him going, I know you're being reckless, but I can't do this without you. And they team up, and it was beautiful. You know, Bakugo comes to assist, Hiroshima, Ida, Todoroki, they all come to assist, and everyone else is there, and they're all shouting, come on, you can do this, you can win, you can fight. And wow, this huge fight scene was brilliant. The visuals were absolutely stunning. The music was on point, from All Might showing up with his theme song to the battle itself. And at the end, David Shield realizing that maybe he can't keep the symbol piece as All Might forever. Maybe a new symbol piece needs to emerge, and this is Izuku Midoriya. And he needs a protege, and it's got to be his little girl, of course. So it was so... I can't get over it. I mean, I can't describe the final battle scene because it was just too beautiful. I can't do it justice. It's something you have to see because it was incredible. So a few things I liked about the movie were how they introduced the characters. I also liked the scenery of the island, how it looked absolutely stunning, and all different buildings to cafes. And it was just absolutely brilliant. And the music just lined up so well for every scene. It got you revved up, or it wrenched at your heart. It was just absolutely brilliant. And things that surprised me were Mineta growing some balls, and I'm not talking about his head. One point in the movie they need his help, and you know, him being a chicken that he is, at first wasn't going to do it. Kamahari kind of convinces him with his harem. God, why? But you know what? It works because he does something really heroic and it really does help the team out. And then when All For One makes his appearance, may not be physically in person in front of them, but the villain drops the hint that All For One helped him. And it really breaks All Might's heart because he's like, why? No, it can't be him. And oh my goodness. And All For One saying, oh, I'll give you this power. It's a shame I can't be there to see his defeat. More ha kind of thing. And you just want to get him for that. Oh! But I was so shocked to see him make an appearance in there. But it was a good surprise because I do like good plot twists in a movie. There was a few things I'm going to be nitpicking now that in the movie could be improved or I wish I could have seen more of. Like, for example, there was a little nitpick of the animation right at the beginning of the movie. All Might and Izuku are talking just before Melissa shows up, but we don't see their faces. That just disappears and it's just a blank canvas between them both. But you can hear their voices. It's like, okay, where's their lips, their eyes, anything? Because we're just staring at just a picture at that point. So I have to admit, that's the only part of the animation that was not on point that could have been worked on. But again, I am nitpicking. Also, the backstory between All Might and David, I would have loved to see more of. Yes, we got to learn that they were students at a university. All Might was an exchange student. At one point, All Might saves David, and that's how they got introduced to each other. And David volunteered to make his costumes, which is cool. I mean, yeah, we got to see a lot of it in the movie, not going to lie there. But just for myself, I would love to have seen more. But again, I am nitpicking. Really seriously nitpicking on that one. That's it. All I can say is I absolutely loved this movie. I would even recommend this to people who haven't seen My Hero Academia. Because they won't get too lost with it. Because they explain everything at the beginning of the movie. You really do catch up with it. So this movie is great for first timers. This is great for people who've already seen My Hero Academia. I would even recommend to the people who don't even watch anime to watch this because it is absolutely stunning. It is brilliant. A great story, a great animation, and the music's absolutely beautiful. From start to finish, I was hooked on that screen. So if you haven't watched it, go see it. I would really highly recommend it. If you've already seen it, watch it again. And I tell you, when it comes out on DVD, when it comes out to get on Netflix, I'm getting it. Because it is absolutely brilliant. Well, that's it, guys and girls. I really hope you enjoyed this review to My Hero Academia, the Two Heroes movie. I know I enjoyed the movie and I enjoyed making this review. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit that bell button. And I'll see you guys on the next video. And don't forget, leave the comments down below of what you liked in this movie. Your favourite scenes, your favourite characters, whatever you liked. Leave it in the comments down below because I would love to read how you felt about this movie. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Ciao for now.